5 kids, 4 spouses, 3 weddings, 2 funerals, 1 love.
Yeah, one love. I mean, love is what everyone wants in their life. They want to give and receive love. But what is it? And where are people finding love these days?
Yeah, people are looking for love all over the place. There's online dating apps, Hallmark movie binges, funeral homes. I mean, people want to
Funeral
experience.
homes?
Think about it. I mean, look, Michael and I have been married now for 16 years. We have 5 kids, and, life can get a little messy. Sometimes we argue, we bicker a little bit, we, get at each other sometimes.
Sometimes we yell so loud the dog has to leave the room.
That actually happens, and it's embarrassing. But along the way, we have learned a few things about love.
We have. And if we're going to talk about love in a setting like this, we have to consider what other people have to say about love. For instance, the ancient Greeks, Gina, they taught us about the different types of love that exist in the world. Philia love is what the Greeks called a brotherly friendship kind of love, right? And then, of course, there's eros. And eros, of course, is a sensual, erotic, sexual kind of love.
Yeah, not what the X is about.
Did you check?
Disclaimer.
Because I could talk all, never mind. And then there's agape love. Agape love is what the Greeks referred to as the highest form of love. This is a selfless, servant kind of love. And it's not born out of feelings or even attractions to one another. This is a love of choice. And it's the only kind of love that we know of that can truly impact the lives of people we may never meet.
Yeah, now I've been married twice, which may or may not qualify me to know just a little bit about love. Matt, Kell, and I were married at the age of 23. We were just babies. And incidentally, today would have been his 54th birthday, which I know he's here with us. So Matt was a funny, smart, self-deprecating guy, had a successful career. He was a great dad. And in the last few months of his battle with cancer, Matt attempted to condense a lifetime of parenting into a series of video diaries for our sons. With his Bible in hand, he began with what he said was the most important thing he could teach: love God and love others. Thank you. But he didn't leave it there. He took love a step further in another video when he spoke to our sons about the possibility of their mom, me, loving another man. Watch this.
If mom respected somebody and loved somebody enough to marry them after I passed away, I want you to expect that I love and respect that guy too. I know your mom's values, and if she remarries, she's going to remarry somebody that I approve of. So I want you to respect that man like he was me. You treat him with love, compassion, and you treat him like you would if I was still alive.
I never met Matt Kell, but the man that he was talking about in that video, that turned out to be me. And his 2 boys, they're now my sons. And they've grown up honoring their late father by loving me and calling me dad. That is agape love. The Italians have a saying, pay attention, Gina, these are your people.
My paisans.
The Italians have a saying that I just think is wonderful. L'eco di piccolo gentilezze. The echo of small kindnesses. And I'd like to tell you about a small kindness that came my way. My late wife, Kathy, was childhood friends with Matt Kell. They actually grew up together. So she attended his funeral when he died. 3 weeks after that, she got a headache. And that turned out to be inoperable brain cancer. 17 days later, she died. On her last day, I sat with her quietly. I held her hand. She wasn't even opening her eyes at this point. But out of the blue, she said to me, Michael, you should call Gina Kell. She has 2 small boys who don't have a dad now, and you're a basketball coach. You can teach them basketball. You can help them. Well, I did not want to hear anything like that. I dismissed it. But Kathy grabbed my hand just a little tighter. She opened her eyes for the first time in a long time, and she said to me, "Michael, call Gina Kell."
Yeah, it still amazes me to think that I'd only met her once for like a minute, and here she was in the final moments of her life, thinking about my boys and thinking about me. You know, Michael and I witnessed two independent acts of agape love. Matt and Kathy were each confronting death in their mid-30s, being stripped of every single thing that they loved in this world. And in those moments, they each decided to love selflessly. They made a conscious choice. And the result was they set in motion a chain of events that have led to new loves and a new family and even a new nonprofit called New Day, which helps other cancer patients and families like their own. Now, to be clear, all of this didn't happen because Matt and Kathy died. It's because they lived and how they loved intentionally throughout their lives. So it begs the question, how do we do that? How do we aspire to and experience this kind of love without the cancer and without the loss?
Jim Lovell was a NASA astronaut and commander of 2 Apollo missions. After Neil Armstrong stepped on the lunar surface for the first time, Lovell was quoted as saying, "We now live in a world where man has walked on the moon. But it didn't take a miracle to get us there. We just decided to go." It occurs to me that love requires this kind of decision as well, every day. And I know it sounds simple, right? Just decide to go to the moon. Just decide to love. Well, one of life's great secrets is that often the most profound things are also the simplest. Now, simple doesn't mean easy. Every day we are confronted in today's culture with just how easy it is to hate each other, to lash out, to take sides opposing each other, even family members. But consider this. We are physically predisposed to agape love. It's hardwired into our physiology. When we love selflessly, oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine flood our central nervous system and reward us with feelings of happiness and pleasure and encourage us to go out and love again.
Yeah, Dr. Leo Buscaglia said, only when we give joyfully, without hesitation or thought of gain, can we truly learn what love is. And boy, was he right. If only we could live life as though it were so new or so near the end that all we could do was give and show and become love. Life's beginnings and endings teach us so much about this kind of love. It's the in-between that we tend to forget.
Yeah, and as we consider our own in-between time, we have to realize that our very lives together are the product of people deciding to love. I mean, we are the literal echo of Matt and Kathy's small acts of kindness. Well, it's 16 years later now, and the truth is we actually did meet for the first time in a funeral home.
That is more cringe than hinge, folks. Truth.
It is true. But believe it or not, Hallmark did make a movie out of all of this. So the 5 kids are now grown and good people. The 4 spouses still get to be in love with each other. The 3 weddings still bring a smile, and the 2 funerals bring grief and hope and heartache.
And the one love still remains, if only we decide to choose it. Thank you.